Welcome back to Couch Collectibles. Hope you are having an awesome day. Today we are looking at some 2002 state quarters that are worth money. So we'll look for different mint errors that you can look for on these quarters. You go to the bank, get rolls of quarters, boxes of quarters, and you can search for these types of errors. Some are very, very extreme and very noticeable type of errors that will obviously be out of circulation very, very quickly. So let's just hop right into it. Don't forget to go check out couchcollectibles.com. If you guys are new, feel free to subscribe and check out all the other coin videos on the channel. Now this is probably going to be the last 2002 quarter video that I make because I've added in as much 2002 quarters that I possibly can. This one is the D mint mark. It is the Ohio State quarter, and it has been double struck with that second strike being 20% off center. Now we can see that there, of course, on both sides of the coin, the obverse and the reverse. And this quarter sold for over $900. 900 bucks for 25 cents. Can't beat that. Now this one isn't as expensive as the last quarter. It's a 2002, again, D mint mark, but this is the Mississippi State quarter, and it was struck on an elliptical planchet. So you can kind of see how it's not all the way around like it's supposed to be. That's because it was struck on that elliptical planchet. Now this coin here sold for around 35 bucks. So nothing really too valuable there. Now here is another coin that was struck on an elliptical planchet. This is the Tennessee State quarter, and it only weighs 4.7 grams. Of course, you see the whole design does not fit on this planchet here, and this quarter sold for over $110. Now this is where a quarter design was actually struck on a 10-cent planchet. So essentially a quarter design struck on what was supposed to be a dime. So quarter on a dime. This coin sold for over $4,800. That's right, over $4,000. Now this next coin I've shown in a previous video as well. It's a 2002 P mint mark Tennessee State quarter. This is probably one of my favorites. The coin has been double struck in collar. So wow, look at that. We have the design of the reverse as well as the obverse design. So you see the front design of the coin here on the back of the coin. You see Washington's head, you see the lettering from the front of the coin, and then here on the obverse, the front, you see the reverse design. So that is just amazing. Would love to come across something like this. Super, super rare type of error coin. This quarter sold for over $1,400. So over $1,000 for 25 cents. Can't beat that. Now here is a 2002 P mint mark. That is a Louisiana State quarter, and it's got filled dies here on the obverse and the reverse. So like a die adjustment strike taking place. This quarter sold for over $170. Here's a 2002. Now this is the same thing as the Tennessee State quarter. The coin was struck on a 10-cent planchet, and because of that, this coin sold for over $4,000. So those are super, super rare. Now here's a 2002, again, Ohio State quarter that was struck 40% off center. You can look for off centers again on all kinds of different coins, not just quarters, if you guys are new to coin collecting and really weren't aware of that. This coin here sold for over $1,000. I was really surprised by that price on there, $1,000. Here's a very interesting type of mint error. Now this coin was struck 25% off center, and it also has a straight clip, which is where we can see that straight edge there. So that is really, really awesome. Indiana State quarter sold for over $1,000 as well. Now, of course, something like that, probably not going to find in a coin roll. But something like this, you know, this will fit in a coin roll. It's something to look for. The coin has been double struck, and the second strike is 10% off center. We can really see that there at the top of the coin where it says Ohio. And then here on the reverse, you can really see it there on all around the rim of the coin where it says United and $quarter dollar, and even the L in Liberty there. That's just really awesome. So this coin here, as a result of that mint error, sold for over $300. Moving on to a 2002 P mint mark. Now this coin has the obverse clad layer that is missing. So we see that there on the front of the coin where it looks like it's, you know, a copper color. That's the inner copper layer of the coin. It's missing the outer clad layer. Now here on the reverse, we have that clad layer, and because of that mint error, this quarter sold for over $300. Now here's a Tennessee state quarter that has been struck off center. This quarter sold for around $90, so not too bad. Always be on the lookout for off centers on all kinds of different coins. Now this next quarter sold on eBay. It's been double struck and it's got a broad strike, so really awesome. You can see that there on the lettering, United States of America. You know, always be on the lookout for double strikes, you know. You never know what you can find out there. Of course, they're going to be hard to find, rare to find, but this quarter did sell for over $200. It had 10 bids at $200, so it sold for definitely more than $200. Here is another state quarter that is missing the clad layer. So here on the front, we have the regular clad layer. Here on the back, we see the copper inner layer. So it's missing that clad layer on the reverse of the coin of this Ohio state quarter. And this quarter sold for over $200 also. Now here are some other state quarters that you should always be on the lookout for. Alright, so the 2000 state quarter. This first one here is a 25-cent coin, of course. It is the Virginia state quarter that was struck 25% off center. So that is a mint error. Clearly we can see that off center error in the image displayed. You can look for off center errors on just about any type of coinage. Some of them won't be as off center, some of them may be more off center than this. So always be on the lookout for even ones that are just 5% off center, because they are out there. Now this coin here sold for over $100. A $100 quarter. Next up is another Virginia state quarter. Now this one here has been double struck and it's been struck off center, which we can see here in the image displayed. So this coin here sold for over $700. A $700 state quarter. Next up is a Maryland state quarter. Now you can see that this is looks much smaller than the actual size of a quarter. You can see that the whole design of the quarter does not fit on this coin Planchet. Now this Maryland state quarter was actually struck on a 10-cent Planchet. So essentially what that means is that this quarter was struck on a dime Planchet. Now it is graded by PCGS at a mint state 64, and this quarter sold for over $6,300. Real quick, this is the same type of error on a 2002 state quarter. Not sure why I have this one on there, but this quarter here did sell for over $4,000, being struck on a 10-cent Planchet. Now here is a Maryland state quarter. This is what is known as the missing clad layer. So you see here on the reverse, the clad layer is there, it looks normal, and then here on the obverse, you only see the inner copper layer core. So it looks copper on this side because of that clad layer is missing on the outside of the front of the coin. So this coin here sold for over $335. Moving on to another Maryland state quarter. This one has been struck not on a 10-cent Planchet, but a 5-cent Planchet. So this one was actually struck on a nickel Planchet. And you can see how it's cutting off the United States of America on there. And then here on the reverse, you can see at the bottom, E pluribus unum, along with the rest of the design of the coin is being cut off. So always be on the lookout for that in your pocket change, because this coin here sold for over $700. 700 bucks. Next up is a 2000 New Hampshire state quarter. Now this one is pretty obvious as well. This coin was struck off center, and this quarter sold for over $150. Now here's a coin that is really off center, extremely off center. This is a 2000 New Hampshire, again, state quarter that was struck off center. You can barely see the design of the coin. Now this coin here is graded by Annex at a mint state 64, and this coin sold for over $195. Moving on to a double struck coin. This coin is graded at about uncirculated 55. It is, again, the 2000 New Hampshire state quarter. Something like this, very obvious. I'm not sure how anything like this would ever be able to even fit in a coin roll, so I'm not sure if that's possible or how these things actually get out into circulation, but this quarter did sell for over $300. Moving on, now this one is a 2000 New Hampshire state quarter that's been double struck and rotated in color. So we can see that there in the image displayed. This quarter here sold for over $320. Alright guys, don't forget to subscribe in the middle. Check out the videos to the left of me. And until tomorrow, I will see you on the comment section below. This is Couch Collectibles, and this is where I disappear.